If you're anything like me, when you find yourself in an office chair, you can't resist the urge to spin around. And while that may make you a little bit dizzy, it's also a really good way to demonstrate something called conservation of angular momentum. Now, that's something that probably sounds pretty complicated, but it's actually a pretty simple topic, and it's a very easy demonstration to do. All we need is an office chair like this and a couple of light weights to hold in each hand. And all we're going to do is extend those weights out as far as we can and then spin. And when we spin, we're going to pull the weights in and see what happens. So let's do that demonstration right now. We're going to start with those weights as far apart as we can, and then we're going to spin, and then we're going to pull them in. And you're going to see when I do that, I start to spin much faster. So what is conservation of angular momentum? Well, you may have heard the expression, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. This is similar to that, but it's more like an object that's spinning likes to stay spinning, and it likes to keep the amount of spin that it already had. That probably sounds a little bit complicated as well. The easiest thing to do is just a little bit of simple math to break this down here. The formula for angular momentum is m times v times r. That's mass, or how heavy something is. V is how fast that thing is spinning around the circle, and r is radius. That's the distance from the center of the circle to the object that's spinning. To say that that's conserved means that value never changes. So if you change any of those numbers, say you take that 2 and turn it into a 1, the value has to stay the same. So if we make the radius smaller, the velocity has to increase. That's conservation of angular momentum. So putting that back in terms of our demonstration, the mass is how heavy the weights are. The velocity is how fast I'm spinning and how fast the weights are spinning. And the radius is how far away the weights are from the center of my body. So as I make that radius smaller, my velocity, how fast I'm spinning, goes up. Just like we saw, as we make that radius smaller, the velocity increases because of conservation of angular momentum. Brandon Michaels, 23ABC, connecting you.